5 dangerous phrases you should never ignore as a senior parent. If your child says this, walk away. Some words are more dangerous than they sound. If you're a parent over 60, you've likely spent decades supporting your children. You sacrificed, worked long hours, gave up comforts. You did your best, sometimes with little thanks. Now, when you need support or simply respect, it can be hard to ask for it. But what's even harder, is realizing your own child is the one hurting you. Not physically. Not even loudly. Just in the quiet, sharp ways that words can cut. If you've ever heard one of these 5 phrases from your adult child, don't ignore it. These aren't harmless frustrations. They're red flags, warnings that your emotional safety, and even your independence, may be at risk. Let's walk through each one with examples, real-life insight, and how to respond in a way that protects your peace. 1. You owe me everything. This sounds like a joke sometimes. You owe me for diapers, or I wouldn't be so messed up if you'd done better. You laugh it off. But when it keeps coming up, it's not a joke. It's resentment dressed as humor. Or worse, control disguised as hurt. Real example. Margaret, 78, lives with her son and his wife in Ohio. She pays rent. She cooks. She helps with the grandkids. But one evening, during a disagreement over money, her son snapped. After everything I went through because of your choices, the least you can do is help us out. You owe me that. That phrase stuck with her for weeks. She'd never heard him speak that way before. And suddenly, her own home didn't feel safe. Why it's dangerous? It reframes your role as a parent into a villain. It makes love feel transactional, and encourages guilt where there should be gratitude. Response strategy. Say this clearly and calmly. I gave what I could, when I could. That's what parents do. But I don't owe you a lifetime of repayment. Love doesn't keep score. Internal boundaries tip. Keep a journal. Every time guilt starts creeping in, write down one thing you did give. You'll be surprised at the long list. You gave them life. That's enough. 2. It's your fault my life turned out this way. Guilt. The oldest emotional weapon in the book. And often the hardest for parents to resist. Real example. James, 84, hears this line from his daughter during every rough patch in her life. If you had just pushed me harder, maybe I wouldn't be in this mess. You never believed in me. It hurts. Deeply. And he starts wondering if he failed her. But the truth? She's 52 now. She's had decades of chances to choose differently. Why it's dangerous? This phrase forces you into the role of scapegoat. And once you accept that role, it never ends. Everything that goes wrong, job losses, relationships, finances, gets pinned on you. Response strategy. I understand you're hurting, but I won't accept blame for choices you made as an adult. I did my best with what I knew then, and that's all any parent can do. Emotional safety tip. When these accusations surface repeatedly, consider limiting the types of conversations you allow. You can love someone without accepting their version of the past. 3. If you don't do this, I'll just leave you alone. This one hits differently. It sounds like a choice, but it's really a threat. Real example. Clara, 82, was asked to give her grandson $10,000 to pay off a car loan. When she hesitated, her son said, "If you don't help, don't expect us to be around anymore." Clara was terrified. She lives alone. Her son is her only regular visitor. So she said yes. Why it's dangerous? This is coercion. It forces you to abandon your judgment to keep a relationship, one that's already conditional and unsafe. Response strategy. I care about this relationship, but I won't be manipulated. If your love depends on money or favors, that's not love. Rebuild confidence tip. Have a circle, one friend, one sibling, or one social worker who can check in with you. Emotional independence is your greatest protection. Note: if this type of threat becomes consistent, document it. Keep a notebook. If things escalate into legal manipulation, this record becomes your defense. 4. You're so forgetful now, maybe you shouldn't be making decisions. At face value, this could sound like concern. But often, it's about control. Real example. Helen, 79, started noticing her daughter making small decisions without her. At first it was groceries. Then bills. Then one day, she overheard her daughter say, "Mom's not really capable anymore. We'll take care of the house paperwork." Helen was shocked. She'd never been diagnosed with memory loss. But the narrative had started behind her back and she had no idea how far it had gone. Why it's dangerous. This can be the first step toward financial or legal control. Especially if you're still mentally sound, this phrase can gaslight you into questioning your own memory and rights. Response strategy. If this comes up, respond immediately. I may forget a few things, but I'm fully capable of managing my life. And I'll speak to my doctor, not you, about my health. Protective action tip. Create or update your power of attorney, healthcare directive, and will now. Choose someone who truly respects your voice, even if it's not your closest relative. 5. After all I've done for you. This phrase is often said in moments of frustration, but don't ignore the pattern. Real example. Terrence, 85, lives with his daughter. She does his laundry, shops, and helps manage medication. But when he disagrees with her about something as small as what show to watch, she snaps. After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me. Why it's dangerous. It creates an unspoken contract. Her help earns her control. It turns care into currency and your gratitude into silence. Response strategy. I appreciate what you've done. But being cared for shouldn't mean giving up my right to speak. That's not mutual respect. Self-advocacy tip. Ask for outside help even if it's once a week. A meal delivery, a part-time caregiver, a senior center check-in. It breaks the dynamic of total dependence, and reminds both of you that your life is still your own. It's hard to admit when someone we love is the one hurting us. But as you age, your peace matters more than keeping toxic ties. You don't have to argue. You don't need to win. But you do need to know when to protect yourself and when to walk away. Some relationships improve when boundaries are set. Others don't. Either way, your dignity is not up for negotiation. So if you've heard these phrases before, believe yourself. You're not imagining things. You're not too sensitive. And you're not alone. If you've experienced anything like this, drop a comment below. Let others know they're not the only ones. Like this video if it helped you. Subscribe for more advice tailored to seniors who still value their voice, their rights, and their peace of mind. And share this with a friend or parent who might need it.